Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius May 7, 2022. The sun puts a spotlight on problems operating under the surface of things today, making it a good time for getting in touch with your inner needs. It's not ideal conditions for commitments or realistic planning. However, it's an excellent day for making the extra time to rest or reflect, or at least acknowledge your need for more inspiration. In fact, living arrangements and conditions might be overdue for a boost or enhancement. You might uncover surprising feelings and desires. Now is the time to get in touch with your spiritual heart. You're also in good shape for forgiving someone, including yourself, if resentments or guilt have been weighing you down. The moon moves into harmony with your sign, giving you a subtle energy boost. You can feel as if there are fewer hurdles to clear as you pursue your goals. With the moon glimmering through sentimental Aquarius and your 8th house of sex, shared resources, and intimate unions, you're more inclined to seek emotional closeness and soul-to-soul connections, but at what cost? The most important thing for you to do is own up to your self-worth. Then again, for some of you, this could be the other way around, in that you're being stingy with your time, energy, and emotions. Either way, the moon's direct opposition to transformative Pluto is challenging your sense of stability and the foundation of your relationships simultaneously. It may be a somewhat restless day. You have a lot to do, but figuring out where to start could be challenging since the Sun conjuncts Neptune in mutable Pisces. Your sign squares the conjunction, creating immense idealism. So, you may have some issues with staying on task or focusing on one thing at a time. Luckily, you can use the abundance of mutable energy to fluidly tackle each obstacle and task as it comes up. The conjunction could help you spread yourself out to work on a few things at once. Before leaving your financial sector today, the moon will clash with Pluto in your income sector, something that has happened every 4 weeks since the planet of change and revolution returned in 2008. This might create some financial tension, but this is a fleeting, familiar but also scaled-back version than recent months. With both well-resourced, it won't take much to turn this into motivation on both sides of the financial fence. You will have to put up with unpleasantness in your private life, being asked repeatedly to take a stance on awkward conflicts. Some decisions may be taken that cause you great pain. Try to see this phase as a chance for inner growth. If you find the right way of doing things, you will be successful. You could be itching to get far, far away. Head for a sunny beach, or just have some friends over and pretend you're on vacation. Constantly tempted to seek pleasure for yourself, you don't even consider the thought of sharing intimate moments with another. If this is the way you feel, your attitude may satisfy you in the short term, but you notice something is missing, you're disenchanted. Practice self-restraint, reflect on your conduct. In order to be an active thinker, it helps to keep an active body. Especially for a sign which tends to get bogged down by the inequalities of everyday life. Try thinking of exercise as something the body deserves. When your mind wants to talk you out of it or wants to convince you that procrastination is okay, remember that the body can be ignored by the mind, up to a point, and you must be the champion of the silent and oppressed. It's only fair. Be sure to make a list of everything you want to see accomplished today. When a vibration is in the air like it is now, you'll find you have more energy than you know what to do with. If you get at it and channel yourself into your chores, they'll be done in no time. Then you can make some plans to go out and enjoy yourself with a few friends. You're sure to have enough steam left over to go a few rounds of ball if you want to. A day to take care of your possible little sentimental problems. Express your desires and develop new romantic strategies. You have tended to refocus your conversations too much around your professional activity, and you lack charisma. Your balance also depends on a little more openness. Your intuitive nature could take first place. You may be able to tap into hidden emotions that your partner has been experiencing. You could help your girlfriend express some of her innermost concerns. You are a psychologist by nature. It should not be difficult for you to understand what is happening. Don't be afraid to trust your intuition, as it could help your partner feel better. The day could be delicate today on the sentimental level. You will feel the harmful affluence of Mars, which enters the 4th house and brings an atmosphere conducive to disillusion and betrayal. If you are in a relationship, one of your friends is about to bring something that will make you doubt the future of your relationship. Singles are likely to experience deep disillusionment and should not be discouraged because the future holds great surprises for them. Our eyes in the sky. It isn't a time in which we conform to the ideals and status quo of society. To be honest, it's the opposite of that. At the forefront of our hearts and minds for the next 30 days will be humanitarian acts of kindness, generosity, and the notion of unconditional caring for humankind. This is also a time of revolution and technological advances. We can expect some news of pending changes that could transform our world for the better and help us evolve as human beings. Radical beliefs could shift your consciousness to better align with what is happening in the world and your personal life, as well as your current ideals and views, not those you believed in the past. The nagging feeling that we have misjudged someone or something dampens our confidence, and much as we try to pinpoint rationale that would give our conclusion credence, the more it eludes us. Our imagination can run wild now, which is not such a bad thing if we funnel our creative energy into a spiritual practice or a meditative or artistic exercise. Once this transit passes, we might even surprise ourselves with the inspired works we've produced during a time when we felt so out of sorts. In the evening, the Sun exits grounded, pragmatic, and success-oriented Capricorn for the terrain of cosmic innovator. At this time, we build on the legacies we established during Capricorn season, but with experimentation and collaboration in mind. This is a season for outreach, networking, and showing off our originality. Letting our inner nonconformist out to play finds us meeting those with similarly eccentric interests, pastimes, and social views. Over the next month, we are less concerned with tradition or fitting into the crowd. We know that deviating from convention and owning our unique point of view is how we can make progress, not only for our own sake, but for the good of our communities. If placed in a leadership position, we will prioritize tenets like freedom of expression, ingenuity, and defying limitation over taking the safe approach. After sunup, the moon enters Cancer, ending its void of course which began early last night. At this time, we wish to offer care to others as an extension of our own subconscious needs for nurturance. Without support in return, we can become moody and ill-tempered. It is a good time to ask ourselves what we need from our loved ones, but since our emotions are at the mercy of the tides, we also want to avoid guilt-tripping or gaslighting others as a reaction to feeling denied.